Thank you to Alexander RHH for their generous donation on Patreon. If you would like to join them in their generosity, the link to my Patreon page is in the description.
Oh, hey, look at all these people bad dancing around. Okay. Shaboom. Wait, Sid isn't even there. He was in the market district. Now we're going to the town square plaza. Oh god, welcome back to 3D fucking... Oh, Jesus Christ. The morning sun felt pleasantly warm against his fur as Cole leisurely strolled across the city of Axia. His new snake companion was enthusiastically chatty as he rode on... that was the wrong road. Hold the fuck up. As he rode on Cole's shoulder, asking questions about everything he saw. It truly felt as though he was leading an awestruck tourist through town as he not so patiently answered each of the little python's inquiries. Their conversation trailed somewhere along the lines of, yes, that's a restaurant. People eat food there. Have you never eaten before? Yeah, people need to eat food and drink water to not drop dead. No, I've never died before. How the fuck do you think I'm still standing here? As the two of them rounded a corner to town square proper, Malice marveled at the crowd of villagers strolling through the streets. Look at all these mortals rushing about their lives! You all must be in such a panic to savor what little time you have, unlike us greater demons. How long is your lifespan? 5 years? Maybe 6 if you exercise? Cole snorted and playfully poked the snake on the nose. You really have no idea how mortals work, do you? I told you this was my first time visiting the material plane. Everything here is so new and exciting. The infernal plane is just a mass of pure chaos and emotion that spills over from your world. It's not exactly much to look at. Just an eternity of stuff. Everything in the mortal world moves so fast in comparison. The people of the mortal world are always in such a rush. Malice blinked and gestured across the street. Like that one over there. Look at her dashing about in such a stress-filled panic. I must admire you mortals for making the most of what short lives you have. Cole squinted at the familiar dashing individual in question. A familiar knight was rushing from door to door of every shop, begging for the attention of anyone who would listen. Their stance was haggard, and they looked utterly exhausted. They clearly have been at this for a long time. The knight looked up and made eye contact with Cole from across the street. Oh, damn. Oh, shit! Whoa! What the fuck happened to you? Cole? Oh! Hey, Knighty. How's it going? Cole paused. Wow, you look like shit. Artemy grimaced and rubbed her temples wearily. Good morning to you as well, Cole. Forgive my appearance. I'm afraid I have been up all night performing my tasks. Jesus, she's been up all night with this shit? Oh, fuck. Night? It's like 9 o'clock now. Dazed, Artemy glanced at the sky in surprise, as though just realizing it was daytime. For closer inspection, Artemy looked at like an utter overworked mess. There were dark bags of fatigue under her eyes, and her hair was unkempt and messy. She stood slightly hunched over and wore a drained expression that received little to no sleep. It was surprising that she was still lucid in such a state. Artemy cleared her throat. Cole suddenly realized he was staring and awkwardly averted his gaze. The tension from their little argument yesterday still hung in the air as they each waited for the other to speak. Listen, you wanna grab some tea with me? I know a pretty good cafe here. I'm afraid I must decline. My duties remain unfinished, and I have much to answer for, especially due to my failures yesterday. Ah, come on, you're not gonna get anything done when you're in an exhausted mess like this. A little rest does wonders for the mind. Artemy's tense shoulders slumped slightly with a hint of hesitation. But... Hey, if you didn't manage to finish your duties when you're wide awake, you sure ain't gonna finish it when you're half dead. Come on, it'll be my treat. I still owe you for saving my ass yesterday at the fighting ring.
Finally, Artemy let out a sigh and nodded. I suppose it would be rude of me to decline. Thank you, sir. Cole. She dropped the sir, remember, because she does not respect him anymore. Town Square had a number of excellent outdoor cafes, each of them often filled with jolly company and fresh steaming tea. The customers around them were the occasional glance at Artemy and whispering amongst themselves. Perhaps it was unwise for the creators chosen to make such a casual appearance. Artemy had never been at a cafe before and shuffled awkwardly in her seat. Cole had to patiently explain to her multiple times that no, you don't have to get up and bow at the waitress every time she comes to refill your tea. Artemy sank back down into her chair and opted to bury her face in her teacup to avoid eye contact with all the chuckling cafe goers around her. Anyway, that's why I have been up about all night since our departure at the fighting ring. His Highness had requested that I focus my efforts in retrieving the 4 missing rubies of his crown, and the Bishop of the Grand Cathedral insisted that failure was not an option, lest I lose my title as the Creator's Chosen. Cole nearly snorted piping hot tea up his nose. What? She threatened to demote you over a handful of jewelry? The prince is fucking rich, for crying out loud. A few gems is like nothing to him. Watch your language, Cole. It is a matter of honor. The Creator's Chosen cannot be expected to lead the church if my history is stained with failure. I'm surprised a church would be so harsh with you. I always imagined the Creator's Chosen would be a bit more pampered and spoiled. A hint of guilt weighed over Cole's shoulders as he finished his tea. Tell you what, why don't me and Sid help you out on this mission of yours? 2 of us need more adventuring work anyhow, plus you'd have the entire Bonebreaker Mercenary Guild behind you. My papa's, Hamish, knows his way around the city like the back of his hand. He's got a lot of connections, both shady and official. His network's gonna have a way easier time tracking down your rubies than you running around like a headless chicken. I suppose you have a point. Artemy stares at him hesitantly. It would be unwise for me to look a gift horse in the mouth, but why are you so willing to aid me? Yesterday, you gave off a rather aloof outlook. Well, I guess I feel a little guilty. Not that it's my fault or anything. You're the one who fucked up. Oh, fuck you, Cole. Fuck you. But I'm happy to help you out since I'm just a nice person. Artemy looked utterly unimpressed. What the fuck? I hope I have my system sounds muted, because apparently I have 3 updates available. Why do I always have updates available, Intel? Tell me, why the fuck? Well, nothing ever fucking changes. It just gets worse and worse. Cole cleared his throat and quickly changed the subject. Anyway, why isn't the church providing you with more support on your mission? Don't you have any friends at the cathedral you can ask for help? Artemy's shoulders slumped as she frowned at her teacup. I never managed to make many friends at home. Everyone in the cathedral seems to keep their distance from me. Even all the townsfolk I spoke with this morning seemed a little nervous in my presence. Am I doing something wrong? Cole rolled his eyes and signaled for a refill for his tea. I mean, you did barge into every establishment asking weird questions about missing rubies. Of course people are gonna get weirded out. Artemy's ears drooped self-consciously. That doesn't explain why the people I grew up with in the church also feel weary of me. It sounds pretty normal. You're the Creator's Chosen, after all. People are just saying you'll save the world from a horrible fate or whatever. Most people would want to stay out of that nonsense. Does my title make me intimidating? Kinda. But you and Sir Sid certainly did not treat me as such when we met yesterday. Well, it's kind of hard to be intimidated by a hyperventilating, I'm not fucking saying it, you sack of shit! Stop trying to make me say that word! God damn it! On a jail cell floor. Artemy took another gulp of tea with a wistful expression. I certainly hope I do not have to be arrested every time I try to make friends. See, here's the thing. You're the creator's chosen one. You're all the way up here, right? Cole waved a hand above his head dramatically. The legendary hero destined to save the world or something. That's a pretty big deal. Everyone else lives down here. They're not worried about existential threats or world-saving nonsense. They're just normal city-going folks with jobs and family stuff to worry about. Artemy frowned and shuffled in her seat self-consciously. Well, that's not very different from my own daily life. Exactly! Sometimes it's hard for people to remember you're a normal nervous wreck just like everyone else. I suppose I see the logic in that, though I fail to see a way to change people's minds. Oh, that's easy. Fancy playing a card game? Artemy blinked in surprise as Cole pulled a deck of cards out of his loincloth and began shuffling it in an impressive flourish. How in the world does he fit so much within a tiny scrap of cloth? Well, it said on the thing that we didn't read that it's a loincloth of holding. Ha ha ha. But, fun fact, I also carry around a deck of cards wherever I go. A card game? I'm supposed to be searching for His Highness's missing rubies! What will the people think when they see me shirking my duty? They're gonna start thinking, oh look, the creator's chosen knows how to sit down and have fun once in a while. You gotta relax sometime, right? Otherwise, you're just gonna come off as a mindless workaholic knight who only thinks about duty and whatnot. Come on, the day's still young, a game or two won't hurt. Artemy grimaced doubtfully as Cole dealt her a pile of cards with practiced ease. She noticed several passers-by and streetgoers in the town square glanced in their direction curiously. It wasn't every day you'd see the creator's chosen lounging leisurely at a cafe. She collected her cards hesitantly. I suppose a minor distraction wouldn't hurt. Cole gave her a sly smile. You won't regret it. Does she even know how to play the fucking game? Watch her be like, oh, damn, I was hoping Artemy would be just, like, weirdly good at the game. But no, that wouldn't line up with how her character's been going. Artemy let out a wail of disbelief as Cole won yet another round. What do you mean I lost again? How exactly do spades beat diamonds? Two of them had been playing until they lost track of time. Cole had beat Artemy 7 rounds in a row without a single defeat. It was absolutely ridiculous. Was she just really bad at this? Artemy scowled and tried her best to look displeased, but she was clearly having fun nonetheless. The other people in the cafe glanced at their table with amusement as Artemy tossed her down her hand yet again, sending cards flying into the air. So even the greatest chosen can be beaten. Do not mock me, Cole. You only won because I'm still unfamiliar with the game's rules. How in the world do you have such good luck? Ain't nothing lucky about it. It's all skill, baby. Anyway, if we tally up all my winnings, it looks like you owe me 6 gold pieces. Pay up, Nighty. Pay up? You didn't mention this was gambling. Card games aren't fun unless there's some stakes involved. Everybody knows that. I see. I'm afraid I don't have any money on me, however. What? Nothing? Oh, that big sack of gold I paid you yesterday. All my earnings and rewards go directly to the church. Her Excellency says that the creator's chosen should dedicate their life to the good of the world and avoid the distractions of material goods. I say it as if... You say it like it's like a rote, like she's practiced this fucking routine. She's had it drilled into her head, so she can't say it like naturally. What? That just sounds like you're getting the short end of the stick. You should at least earn a bit and enjoy your life a little, right? Everything you're describing about your home life just sounds kind of shitty. Artemy glanced up defensively. Do not mistake this for mistreatment. The church still provides me with all my necessities and needs. I'm happy how things are. The church simply leads us to live an honorable and disciplined life. And this is the same church that you said you didn't have any friends in? Well, Cole suddenly felt a weight in his pocket shift. He nearly scrambled out of his seat as Malice slithered onto his shoulder with a hiss. Look at the fucking snake on his shoulder. Oh, that's fucking cute and also terrible.
Greetings, shiny one. I hate to be a tattletale, but this puny mortal has been casting minor illusionist cards the entire time to win.
Hey, get back in my pocket, you little shit! I knew it! Cole, you were cheating the entire time! Artemy abruptly paused, her mind slowly processing the sight of a talking snake on Cole's shoulder. Listen, I can't explain. Amazing! Cole, you've gone and found yourself a magical familiar. I'm happy to see you grow more comfortable with showing your magic openly. Shush! Keep your voice down! I just found this little guy sneaking around into my room. I didn't summon it or anything. Anyway, his name is Noodle.
What? That is certainly not my name.
Artemy bowed her head with a grin. It is an honor to meet you, little Noodle.
This is utter humiliation! Curses!
The small python scoffed at Artemy and flourished his head foppishly.
And you! How dare you reduce me to a status of a familiar? This puny mortal is my new servant, and I his almighty master. Young lady, are you also interested in joining my horde? I am certain I can make room for one more. Although... Malice flicked a tongue and recoiled in disgust. What a disgusting scent. You're absolutely swimming in celestial magic. Gold grabbed the snake roughly and stuffed it back into his pocket. Unhand me, you vile mortal. God damn it. Alright, I have a feeling Noodle is going to be a really big problem later on. Just being underplayed for now type of deal. Oh, Jesus. Alrighty, back into my pocket you go. Chatty little thing, ain't he? You know, they say that familiars' attitudes often reflect the ego of their masters. Excuse you, I'm nothing like this old turd. Small bell suddenly rang at the entrance of the cafe, signaling the arrival of another customer. Two of them paid little attention to the newcomer until they approached their table with a cold, hard stare. Artemy felt a shoulder loom over her seat. She turned around in time to meet the stern glare of her mother. Oh, shit! Oh, she's gonna get fucking screamed at. Oh my god, this is bad. This is a bad sight for Artemy. Your Excellency! What are you doing here? I was simply passing through the town square when I caught sight of you here. You, the Creator's chosen, a holy knight of the church, wasting your precious time playing card games at a cafe. Did my warnings last night fail to penetrate that thick skull of yours? Or are you lurking forward to throwing away your title? The entire cafe grew quiet. Dead quiet, sorry. My throat was threatening to erupt. Artemy suddenly appeared very small as she spoke to the bishop in a quiet voice. No, Your Excellency, I assure you I spent the entire night searching for the missing rubies. I was simply taking a moment to collect myself. More than a mere moment from the looks of it. What kind of impression does this give the people of Axia when they see the Creator's chosen blatantly shirking her duties? Artemy gulped. My deepest apologies. I will see to it that this doesn't happen again. Cole glanced between the two church members awkwardly. Hey, ma'am, cut us some slack, will ya? She literally worked herself to the bone all night. Everyone needs a break once in a while. The bishop shot Cole a sharp, demeaning scowl. This is none of your business. Keep your nose away from where it doesn't belong. Cole winced. All right, jeez. Bishop returned her withering gaze to Artemy. Really, Artemy? Why must you further sully the church's reputation by associating yourself with such questionable company? Sitting together with a man like this. Katrina gestured dismissively at Cole as though he were a mosquito that flew into her tea. At that moment, something snapped in Artemy. Her meek expression suddenly hardened into a fierce glare as she stood up defensively. You may question my abilities as much as you'd like, Your Excellency, but I will not stand for insults towards my companions. I assure you that despite his appearance, Cole is a man of good merit. Ooh, Cole was taken aback. He waited quietly for a psych moment when the punchline finally hit, but none came. Artemy and the bishop stood glaring at each other heatedly. Silent tension hung thick in the air, with everyone in the cafe watching them breathlessly. Several long seconds ticked by that felt like years. Cole noticed Artemy's tense shoulders quiver slightly while standing against the bishop.
Katrina finally spoke, her voice a low, dangerous hiss.
You dare raise your voice against the Grand Bishop in public? The nerve.
The bubbling frustration in Cole's chest rose to a breaking point. He quietly leaned back and discreetly snapped his fingers under the table, sparks of illusion magic flickering between his fingertips. Snap-a-doo! What's he gonna do? Oh, really? 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 I'm not. Suddenly, the fucking... You fuck. You got me laughing at a goddamn fart joke, you son of a bitch. You fuck. You sack of shit. You motherfucker. Suddenly, the silence was pierced by an embarrassingly wet splurting sound. Oh my god, I'm gonna puke. Ripping sharply through the cafe like a shriek. A very unhealthy, very wet shriek. Is more of a, will you fucking stop? Drawn out splat. Fucking stop it. Everyone froze. Heads turned toward the source of the sound, with everyone staring at Bishop Katrina with awkward fascination. You son of a bitch. You got me laughing at a goddamn fart joke. Her face turned an uncomfortable red as she noticed all the people gazing at her.
What are y'all looking at? That wasn't me!
Oh, dearie me, it appears our good bishop isn't feeling well today. You best return home and take care of yourself, ma'am. Snap again. Oh, what the fuck? Who's calling me? Cole leaned back and casted, really? Prestidigitation under the table again, followed quickly by a minor illusion. Oh no. Please don't fucking make it a brown streak. Oh, come on. Okay, this is gross. A disgusting stink suddenly filled the cafe. Many of the customers wrinkled their noses and covered their faces with disgust. Several gagged and pointed behind the... Ew, no. Ew, please, no. Looked behind Bishop Katrina with a laugh. Look. Oh, God, you fucking... Why? With all the things going wrong in the world today, I try to take my mind off of it with fun and games, just to be met with a brown stain on the back of Katrina's otherwise perfectly white robe. Katrina whipped around and tried to cover herself, her face red with indignant fury.
What manner of trickery is this? This is utterly juvenile! This is some sort of illusion, I swear to you that all my robes are unsoiled!
Artemy just stared at her mother's tantrum, utterly stupefied. Should she help her, or... Katrina turned towards Cole and snarled furiously, though it was hard to take her seriously when she was busy covering up her butt stains with her hands.
You! I know you were responsible for this somehow! I will not stand for such humiliation!
Cole casually took a sip of his tea and wrinkled his nose. That's none of my business, or whatever the fuck the meme, the Lipton tea Kermit meme. Whew, that stench! Ma'am, I'm gonna have to politely ask you to take a step back. Waitress awkwardly approached their table.
Excuse me, Your Excellency, but I'm afraid I must ask you to leave. You are disturbing the other customers of our establishment.
Katrina's face somehow turned even redder with indignant fury.
You will be punished for this! Mark my words!
Finally, she left the cafe with a huff. Oh boy. Artemy watched her mother disappear without another word. Turned towards Cole with a strange mixture of half-hearted smile and guilty grimace.
Cole, I know you mean well, but you mustn't torment my mother so.
Cole spat out his tea. Wait, that's your mom? What kind of asshole makes her kid call her Your Excellency?
Cole, such language! Her Excellency means well.
She's probably stressed out from all the work she dedicates to the church. She just has an image to uphold.
Yeah, the image of an asshole. Plenty of stressful parents manage to mean well without being an utter dick about it. You gotta stand up for yourself sometime.
Do you stand up for yourself when you disagree with your parents?
Well, the little bell at the cafe's entrance rang again as a breathless Sid rushed inside. His eyes lit up as he caught sight of Cole and Artemy.
Yo! Did you guys see the lady that just sprinted by? I think the Grand Bishop just shat herself in public. Damn it! Stop making me laugh at it! Fucking damn it!
It's no more. Artemy let out a groan and buried her face in her hands.
Maybe I should go home and apologize.
No, you're coming with us to the Bonebreaker Guild. We gotta help you out with your mission, right? And hey, good morning, Sid. You're late. Cole cheerfully greeted Sid with a firm slap on the back. Though their height difference led to the slap landing directly on the badge's ass. Sid yelped and nearly knocked over their table.
Hey, good morning to you too, boss.
Artemy glanced between the two of them curiously. Is this a variation of a high five? How strange. She's gonna smack him on the ass sometime and think that there's nothing bad about it. Oh, that's gonna be funny.
Anyway, are we going to the Bonebreaker Guild to start my training today? I can't believe I'll be meeting Marrow Bonebreaker for the first time. I'm kind of shaking from the anticipation.
Don't worry, Papa's a real swell guy once you get to know him. Oh, and Artie here will be joining us. Artie? Our next big assignment is helping her find those missing rubies from yesterday. Sid's eyes lit up and he shook Artemy's hand gleefully.
Really? Oh, that's great to hear. It's an honor to continue working with you, Miss Chosen.
Aha, please. Just call me Artemy. There's no need for such formality amongst friends.
I can't believe we're staying as a team. Oh, speaking of which,
Skid. Fucking Skid now? Oh, Christ. Sid scratched his head and glanced away bashfully.
This is kind of embarrassing, but could you guys do me a favor?
Of course. I would be honored to aid my friends.
Depends. What do you have in mind?
You got.
Oh, he's going to invite us to dinner with his parents. Oh, I hope so.
You guys are free later tonight, right? This is going to sound super embarrassing, but my parents would want to meet the two of you. Yeah, I called it! Parents wanted to meet the two of you. They sounded super excited when I told them about yesterday and wanted to treat you guys to lunch or something like that.
Cole and Artemy exchanged surprised glances before laughing sheepishly. Aw, your folks sound pretty sweet. Of course we'll come. Can't say no to free food after all. Artemy fidgeted with her gloves self-consciously and gulped. She almost looked somewhat intimidated.
I don't know. My social abilities are still somewhat lacking. I might not live up to your family's demands.
Demands? This isn't a job interview. There's no need to get worked up. My parents are super chill. They just wanted to make sure I wasn't hanging around with crazy people. Or frogs.
Very well. I shall do my best to prove my worth. Thank you for inviting me to your abode.
To steal your resolve! Artemy bowed deeply yet again. At this point, all the customers of the cafe had grown accustomed to the sight and paid her no mind.
Like I said, it's not a job interview.
Cole shrugged and motioned to the cafe waiter for the bill. Anyway, we can visit your parents' place after our training session at the Bonebreakers. If we're gonna have a Meet the Parents Day, might as well meet my papa first. Let's head out.
Let's roll out, hell yeah.